Hello again. This is for the director. What was the challenge in making this? Because you're mixing two universes.
I'm sorry, brother. Can you repeat the question, please?
What was the challenge in making this movie?
Yeah.
Because they're converse universes. How did you mix them?
Well, I mean, for me, beyond the technical and logistical challenges, my biggest thing for me was they had entrusted me with this enormous, opportunity. And when you're given a chance by people that you admire and people that you look up to, you really don't want to disappoint them. So for me, getting over that was an emotional kind of hurdle. Technically, the concert was a challenge because it was in the round, and you have, at any moment you could potentially be shooting their backs if they choose to turn around and play to the other side. So we had to sit down and figure out, camera placement for each different day. Each song had a different visual approach because, certain songs had pyrotechnics going off on the stage, and our Steadicam operator had to get off. We'd have to do a crane, or we'd have to use a different toy to get the shot. The narrative is, interestingly enough, as we worked with the band and we found the story, it organically started to play in. And what I mean by that is certain things transpire on the stage that completely are influenced by what happens within the narrative. For me, it was a fascinating process because it was something that I had never seen before. I had nothing to reference. A lot of times when you're making a movie, you can go, oh, that shot in Blade Runner, but we had nothing to reference. No one has ever done anything like this, so it was kind of free falling.
Hey guys. So I didn't win the ticket, but I'm gonna see you in September in 3D, so that's awesome. But my question is, what percentage of the movie is 3D, or not 3D, is you guys, and what percent is Dane's story? Even though I love Dane, I want to see you guys more.
Yeah.
We want to see more of Dane.
It's much better looking than all four of us combined.
That's probably, I would say maybe that's best left unanswered. I appreciate what you're saying. It's two it's two parallel universes that sort of cross paths all the time. Breaking that down into percentages, I don't know if that does anything. There's plenty of Metallica in there. You're not going to walk away going, I wish there was more Metallica in there, and I think there'll be more people going, put more Dane up there. Get these guys off the screen. Hey, there's two of you.
Metallica baby.
We are Metallica baby.
All right then.
Oh yeah, sure. I didn't get to go to Baby 4 because I had to stay home with the kids, but I'm drunk this time.
For you! Someone's got to stay.
I know. He falls asleep to the Rock My Baby, Metallica, obviously. So my question is for you guys, what do you have to say for the next generation of Metallica fans?
Welcome.
Stay in school, eat your vegetables.
Gentlemen.
Stay in school, eat your vegetables.
Of course.
Hey.
Two things, just quickly. I find that it takes a certain amount of life experience to appreciate and understand your lyrics. And number two, what keeps you going for over 3 decades?
I would say liking what we do and being very fortunate to have early on found our gift, which is creating music, finding each other, having a good chemistry, and being willing to stay on this journey together and not let egos or insecurities let us fall apart. And to know that this is a good thing for us in our lives, and to notice it, and to care for it, and love it, and to share it with those who understand it, like y'all.
Hey guys, your
Your music's been the soundtrack for my life since 1987. Thank you. And Justice for All, greatest album of all time, hands down. And my question is for James or Lars or both, whoever wrote the lyrics to Frayed Ends of Sanity. Was there a specific life experience or behavior pattern or anything that fueled the lyrics for that song? Thanks.
Birth. Birth and just living. Most of my life was full of questions, and it still is. Still trying to find the best path for myself, and just being honest in the lyrics about what I'm going through. And I think that's the best way to identify with people. I don't want to get specific with lyrics all the time because I love what it might mean to you. And when you can be vague, everyone can identify to what it might mean to them in their life at that specific moment. So it might have meant something to me when we wrote it. It could mean something to be different right now. So I love the beauty of the freedom of the lyric. Yeah.
Reflects that idea?
Absolutely. The film itself is multi-layered. It's not blatant. It doesn't tell you what it's supposed to be. It lets you, imagination is free and amazing, so you're able to go to whatever level you need to or want to in this film. And hopefully you're able to see it more than once and see something different every time. And not just a week later, but a couple of years later, hopefully it'll apply to your life. And the travels that Trip goes through, they're put there in his path for a reason, and he doesn't know, but he's able to step up, and he goes from a kid on a skateboard, running around trying to keep a job. He turns into a hero somehow in his life, and he doesn't expect any of that. Wow.
Okay, I think now we have time for one last question.
Hey guys, with movies like The Who's Tommy and Pink Floyd's The Wall already in existence, what elements do you hope to share with these epic films, and what elements do you hope to introduce that would set you apart from these epic films?
I mean, to even be considered in the same sentences as movies like that would obviously be a super next level honor. The main thing that, like I said before, when we set out on creative journeys, most of the time we have no idea where we're going to land. And this was certainly the case here also. And this has been a total mindfuck of a 2-year ride. Often you can't really get the perspective until you get away from the project. I don't know what our records do or mean or sound like until I get away from making them. So this movie's still way too close, at least to me. I don't really have that perspective yet. I do know that we've put a lot of hard work and sweat into trying to make a movie that's really different from any other sort of music-based films. So your Last Waltzes, your Woodstocks, the Walls, and so on, they all stand on their own pedestals. If our movie somehow can add an additional element to that great set of music films, would be an honor. But the main thing that I'm really proud of, and I know nobody can ever take away from this film, is that it's really unique. And so, Nimród and Charlotte and Dane and everybody else that's contributed, to this movie, a cast of hundreds, if not thousands of people, we all just set out to do something that was really pure and heartfelt, and the thing that was driving us was to try to make a film that was really unique. If you guys, or some of you guys, or a handful of you guys like it on top of it, that would be so fucking cool, but at least we can hold our heads up and say we made a really unique film, and that we'll be forever proud of.
And on that lovely note,
I think we're going to try this again. Thanks everybody for your patience. Very, very sorry about the ticket mix-up earlier. The good news is that if your ticket has the numbers between 679265 and 679545, you have won a pair of tickets to see Metallica tonight.
Right on.
So, after this panel is over, head to room 28C, upper level, and that's where you can pick up your tickets. And thanks again to Metallica for being here.
Thank you.
It was really fantastic.
This is so
Thank you.
And make sure you check out